Fala galera, welcome to the Strategy Corner. This is episode 1 of the Strategy Foundation series. And during this episode, I'm going to explain to you what the metadata and what projects are. Okay, two main important concepts in strategy. So let's start with metadata. As you can see here in strategy official documentation, the metadata repository is a collection of tables that contain the definitions for nearly all strategy objects, including database logins, server definitions, basically everything. So think about it. When you create something in Power BI or in Excel or in Tableau, the result of your work is a file that you save in your local machine or in the cloud. In strategy is different. Everything you do, you are storing these objects, not files, but objects in the metadata. So this database serves as a collection of all the objects we save, right? We can create the metadata in any database location of our choice. The database itself is made of a set of tables, as I'm showing to you right now in this document right here. So there are a whole bunch of tables that contain specific characteristics that will later serve to store all your strategy objects. So let's say if you create a new dashboard or maybe a new bot or even a new project that we're going to discuss later, all these objects will be stored in tables of this database that we call metadata. Now let's move to the second content of this video. Let's talk about projects. Once we have our environment in place, as we have in here, you are connected to the environment. You can edit the environment and see that every environment contains one or many projects. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects. Those projects, they are accessible here in Workstation. You can also view them in Developer, all of them here. You can also view them in Web or in Library, as I'm showing right now. So what are these projects? Well, basically a project is a repository for your objects. Remember from the metadata where I mentioned that everything we create in a strategy are objects. So a project is like a centralized repository for a group of other objects. For example, the MicroStrategy tutorial projects, once we open it, you will see that it contains folders. In other words, objects. Once you open one of the folders like public objects, you see other objects. You can keep exploring those folders like the reports one, and here you see subfolders. Once you open those folders, again, what you're going to see here are objects, dashboards, or in other folders you can find filters, metrics, all of these, right? So that's a very important concept to understand when it comes to learning the foundations of strategy, both metadata and projects. I hope you find this useful, and again, see you at the next corner, see you at the next episode.